How Booking.com sparks cross-team collaboration through accessible and inclusive research practices.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining today. I'm Maya Alvarado. I'm a senior accessibility researcher at Booking.com.
My name is Kevin Penny. I am a Fable tester and I use speech to text technologies as well as voice control technologies to do my testing and do everything in my daily life.
I think one of my biggest reflections I've had since I joined Fable is really, deeply understanding how people with disabilities travel. Why is accessibility such an important topic in the world of traveling, and has it changed a lot in the past few years?
Primarily, I think this is twofold. There's the digital side of planning and booking a trip, and we really need to ensure that every step of that journey is accessible for everyone and all of the technologies that they're using. And then, of course, there's the physical experience of traveling itself. This is the moment that travelers find out if their assistance for a flight has been set up correctly or not, and if their hotel room has enough space to, say, maneuver a wheelchair.
I'm an avid traveler and I've done extensive traveling and I've learned a lot over the past 20 years. Obviously, the planning process is so important for me. When people ask me for advice trying to plan a vacation, the planning part is so important. And that comes from, like you said, Maya, booking a hotel room, booking your airfare. One wrinkle in the plan can change things quite a bit. I've had good experiences and bad experiences, but over the past several years, things have gotten a lot better, which is great, but we still have a long ways to go.
Booking.com has a dedicated accessibility team that's made up of a range of roles spanning UX, engineering, and product. And our team enables other teams to comply with the international accessibility legal guidelines, but also to go beyond this and create accessible and inclusive experiences. Last year, we successfully trained 100% of researchers in accessible and inclusive research practices. And this is with the mindset that research comes so early in the product development journey that we're able to be translators of issues, what we're hearing in the market, what we're hearing directly from our travelers, and include that in the product development journey.
It seems like you were able to build really meaningful cross-functional relationships early on, and that has worked out really well. Having leadership participating in those discussions and proving the value to you on the executive level goes really, really far. What does your team do to ensure that you're always bringing it back to people with disabilities' lived experiences?
So research is really central to this. At Booking.com, we're always learning from disabled people about their travel needs, what can be improved so that we can really make it easier for everyone to experience the world. Something I really want to emphasize is that accessibility research is just user research that's more inclusive of disabled people and designed with their needs in mind.
How does collaboration play a role in advancing your accessibility efforts internally?
Not at all one person's work. It definitely does take a range of crafts, a range of teams. And something I would say, we all need collaboration to achieve accessibility. It's something we're not going to achieve by working in silos. At Booking, we experience collaboration in three ways. First up, collaboration with disabled people who are experts in accessibility with lived experiences. Second, we have collaboration between the different crafts at Booking.com, so product, UX, and tech. And this is really all about navigating challenges together for greater support and learning opportunities. And finally, we have cross-team collaboration across the business. And this is where we can build seamless end-to-end experiences for travelers.
These businesses are coming to Fable so that they can improve the accessibility of their products. And so they very, very much value our lived experiences, how we use things, and we can do those tests like we saw George there in real time.
So within collaboration, what advice would you give? What things or elements should an organization focus on to really ensure scalability of that effort?
Embedding accessibility within each product team was key for us. So we have UX and tech open hours. We have these on a weekly basis. We're constantly seeing how broader improvements are coming out of these accessibility sessions for all users. So a really nice example of inclusive design there.
You need to be an expert. Do you need to know everything about accessibility or assistive technologies before you get started? Or is this something that you will learn as you go? Maya.
And I think it's totally fine to go in and say, I don't know how this piece of technology works. Would you mind telling me a bit more about it? And that will start your session off to a really good start.
People are very curious about my assistive technology and how it works and want to know and want to learn, and being able to not just hear it, but see it in action when you're doing a test is great. There's different types of tests we can do. And I think it gives me a variety of ways to be able to give my experiences, whether it's just testing something to see if it's working or not working, or just giving my experience. So I really enjoy being able to do both of those types of tests, using users' experiences with their technology and know what works well and what doesn't work well. And I think that's the key. And I notice that a lot of times you might think some of the changes are really big or are going to take a lot of work to do, but a lot of it's just in small little things to do to make the experience more accessible for folks.
Logo, Fable.